Hey there, folks. So this is the October 2017 Sprezzabox unboxing. Sprezza, one of my very reliable boxes, very consistent. I have a handful of boxes that I enjoy getting every month, just because, like I said, they're reliable, they're consistent. I don't have a lot of oh my god, what were they thinking moments when I'm taking a look at what's inside. Now, Sprezza, what they do, and they do well, is a look out of the box. So, in other words, what they do is everything in this box is coordinated, all the accessories and everything else, to pretty much take straight out and wear. So, I will bet you there's a tie in this. I will bet you there are socks in this. I will bet you they match. I will bet you that any of the secondary accessories are somehow tuned in and tied in to the color palette on the tie-in socks. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got here. And we're getting cross promotion. We're not even going to look at it. Dinner 50% off. So this is the Parker. The box is lit, fam. The box is lit, fam. Sprezzabox. We had this conversation 2 months ago with the enamel pin. Your audience is not 18-year-olds. Your audience are 20s, 30s, 40s, men. The box is lit, fam, I think might be a little too younger demographic, but let's continue. $200 in value. These timeless pieces will never go out of style and will always keep you looking professional, and a value that you won't find anywhere else. For a chance to win a free 1-year subscription, take a photo of this month's products and use hashtag MySprezzabox on social media. So, they're raising the stakes. $200. And I did not look on the back side, so I did not see the spoilers. And, all right, so, first things first. Let's go ahead, just because I see it. Let's grab the tie. And I'm just going to take the tie out because the light always reflects. So it looks like, because of the lighting, I can't tell if this is a very dark blue or a black. But what we've got there is let's just call it a dark color with a white diamond pattern on top of it. Looks really nice. I like the pattern. It's very stylish. It's very elegant. This is from An Ivy from Copenhagen. I kind of did have a thought today, actually, when I was putting this together. I just finished up a professional conference this morning. I was over in Cary at the NC3 ADL Distance Learning Conference, and I kind of went a little flashy with the suspenders, so I'm kind of doing a floral pattern. I was like, I don't really want to do a pattern tie, and I don't have a lot of solid ties. I'm hoping maybe my next couple boxes, I don't want to buy ties because I have 2 men's boxes that give me a tie every month. I don't want to go out and buy ties because chances are tie roulette. I will one day have a solid tie, several solid ties. A lot of what I'm getting are patterned, but I'm kind of thinking it might be nice just to see some good solid traditional colors. So our next thing from Sprezza, a pair of socks. And again, the socks look to be kind of a dark navy with white striping and some teal on the cuffs, the heel, and the toe. And like I said, for the colors, they're pretty much paired together. So far, so good. My prediction was accurate. Call me Nostradamus. I'm going to grab just the next thing I see here. This is from Alara. It is a pocket square. It looks to be a white pocket square with navy trim, and I'm not going to take this out of the package for two reasons. One, I know it doesn't have decoration on it. Two, I actually want to keep this card. If you've been watching my videos at all, you have seen that one day I will get my eating disorder under control for more than 2 or 3 days in a row. One day I will actually drop about 50 pounds, and that means I can go into that closet. There we go. That closet back there, and I can pull out some of these sport coats that I kind of accidentally outgrew in the early spring, and I can start to use a pocket square. So I want to keep that card for the fold. But again, if we take a look, it looks like navy and white, kind of our paired theme, our paired colors for this particular box. I'm going to grab this next thing here. And this next thing looks like a pen, feels like a pen. Oh my goodness, it's a pen, and it's actually a very nice pen. Let's see what we have here. Fountain or ballpoint? All right, so it's a ballpoint pen, and they even put some rubber on the tip to keep the ink from dying out. Very, very well done, folks. You may be able to see here, I'm tending to wear more traditional dress shirts, which means I have a pocket, which means I need a pen, or at least I put a pen on the inside. I gotta say, this pen that I've got right now, I actually got from a vendor at a conference that I went to in Dallas, Texas at the very end of September. I'm kind of digging the pen that I have here. It's not to say that I'm not going to use the Sprezza pen, because if anything else, I have corporate branding. I love the feel of the pen. It's a nice heavy pen. The ballpoint feels good in the hand. However, it's got the branding on it. This, meanwhile, it's a nice heavy metal. It feels very similar. I almost, and I am, because what the hell, I own it. Let me give it a feel. So it's got a nice feel when it writes. It looks like it is a gel-based ink. That's the only problem with gel-based inks, is they don't quite dry when they go on. You kind of have to do that whole fan them a couple times to get the ink dry. But I'm digging the pen, man. So far so good, Sprezza. You're doing well, and I have yet to hit the final item. So we have a bag marked Maestro, and inside the bag is a watch. Okay. The bag is a watch with a black strap, so I'm really not. So let me show you the face. The face I love. The face. It's a very traditional. Let me also get there's a cover on this, and I want to give fair opportunity. So the watch face is actually it's very nice. My only beef, and beggars can't be choosers, obviously. I'm not a fan of black leather. I'll show you all. Well, the other thing is, I got an Apple Watch. I actually saw, ironically enough, when I was taking the flights to that Dallas convention, I saw a gentleman seated opposite. He had the Apple Watch on, I believe it was his non-dominant hand, and he had a traditional watch on the other hand. So I say that because this is the band that I have right now. It's just kind of a nice, deep chocolate leather. I've had it for almost a year now. Brown leather, just really, until you wear it to the point of death, the more you wear brown leather, just the richer and the better it looks. And, black leather, I kind of stopped wearing when I was in my 20s. Again, I'm not complaining. I guess if I wanted to, once the state fair is over, I could go up to the fairgrounds and the flea market one day and see if I could find like a nice brown leather band. And I may have to do that anyway. because this band, unfortunately, doesn't quite fit my wrist. That's yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to replace the band on it now. But still, the watch itself, this is gorgeous. Um, Unfortunately, your friends at Gentleman's Box kind of beat you to the punch a couple months ago, but still, I'm digging the watch. I look at the box and I'm really happy with what's in here. This was a good month, but like I said, Sprezza. So for the two men's boxes, Sprezza and Gentleman's Box very rarely give me like stinker boxes. Period. First of all, the geek boxes, man. Loot Crate, I've had stinkers. The Nerd Block brands, I had stinkers. My more recent boxes haven't had stinkers, but they've all had stinker items, absolutely. But the one thing I'll say for both Sprezza and Gentleman's Box is I don't really see a lot of stinker items coming from them. Maybe it's just because I'm kind of finally in my mid 40s and growing up, and geek stuff is just no longer fun and cute. But I got to tell you, this Sprezza, the Parker, this was a great box. I think the $200. I'm being cynical here, but something tells me the $200. It's the middle of October. The $200 is probably a priming the pump for Christmas gift subscriptions. But I got to tell you again, Sprezza. I have rarely been disappointed by items in the box. Period, and I've never that I can remember. I've never been, okay, well, maybe that first one, way back when, but I said they were forgiven for that, and I wasn't going to talk about it anymore. Since that one, they've never really given a completely bad box. This is exceptional. Everything in the Parker, absolutely exceptional. So I'm going to flip this over just so we can kind of go through and count off the numbers. So the Maestro watch retails for $105. Our finance team might be a little mad that we went over budget, but this watch made it all worth it. Maestro, a classy yet affordable watch brand out of Toronto, hooked it up with a simplified version of their Classica collection watch. It's the highest valued product our stylists have ever put in a box. Again, yeah, I agree. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous watch. I just wish the band was a little bigger. Again, big men out there like to look good too. And one of the problems for big men is big men, we have big wrists and we have big hands. So I wish that they had put a more forgiving band on it. But then again, it's a black leather band and it was doomed to be swapped out for something in a nice brown leather. I just have to find a nice brown leather that will actually fit around my wrist. So the necktie, the way that they have it spelled out here is an Ivy, retail $48. An Ivy over-delivered with the micro foulard tie, ideal for any occasion. While it can be dressed up and worn to a formal event, you can also wear it on any given Tuesday in your cubicle. Make sure to peep the rest of their awesome collection straight out of Denmark. Again, I'm loving the tie. They did an exceptional job. The Pocket Square Alara, retail $24. Simple is sometimes better to balance out a patterned tie. A white-tipped pocket square is the perfect touch. I agree. You don't want to go overly nuts on patterns, which is why I was kind of trying to find a nice solid tie to wear with this, but just because I was running late, didn't have time to do it, so I went without a tie today. The Classic Pen, retail 10. When you're writing checks and signing big-time contracts, you got to look the part. So here's a sleek black Lux pen to help get those details done. Always be closing. I agree. It's a great pen. It's going to go straight from this box into my tray, and I'll probably swap it out for the promo pen that I got, and I'll probably start using it. Finally, our socks. Retail $12 from Sprezza. Stripes are the pattern of 2017, and these guys are a superb addition to your sock drawer. Wear them with a suit or with shorts and sneakers to the gym. They are universal and also extremely comfortable. Sprezza, I kind of remember being a little unforgiving on the calves. I actually I did a skimming this past weekend where I just took a ton of socks from my sock bin and put them in a storage bin. So right now I'm kind of good on socks, but the one nice thing about putting something in storage, provided that my landlord doesn't break it open and throw everything in the trash, and in a couple months, I'll go down and I'll kind of rotate things out, and I will see these, and I will probably give them a try. So that is the Parker from Sprezzabox. Like I said, this is an exceptional box. I think probably the best box I've seen from them in terms of accessories. Everything's cohesive. The pocket square, the socks, the tie. I could, pair of pants, white shirt, I could drop all of that on and wear it. So very well done, folks. At this point in time, if you want to subscribe to these, please by all means hit the subscribe button. Again, right now, I'm just kind of down to, I have 3 men's boxes. Sprezzabox, which we've just seen, Gentleman's Box, which will be coming up next, and Birchbox, which will be coming up at the beginning of the month. I also, as I said, I do some Geek Center boxes, Loot Crate, which is currently on life support, Geek Fuel, and Super Geek Box. I did, I'll address this in the video. There were 2 boxes that people put on my radar, both of which have washed out for various reasons. One was called Eagle Box, and I took a look at it, and it looked a little interesting, and then they went live for about 6 hours. Eagle Box, they had a weird theme. It was a survivalist gentleman's box. Now, unfortunately, I hoard, but I'm not a prepper. I don't have that whole government's going to collapse and I'm going to have to go up to my little survival cabin, but I want to look as good as I can in my survival cabin mindset. The problem was I just wasn't feeling the vibe of the box, but also once they sent me the link, hey, we're live, I clicked on it and I kind of sat on it for a day or two. It's like, do I really want to get survivalist shit in a box? And then I went back to follow up on a subscription, and lo and behold, the site was down. After Nerd Block, this is not a good omen. I will not be putting money into a company that can't even keep their website shopping cart open for more than 2 days. The other box was called Dapper Club. I had a couple people put that on my radar. Apparently, they're playing this exclusive little game where only so many guys get in, and they're part of the Black Card Brotherhood, man, and everybody who gets in after, they're going to have to pay 10% more for their boxes. I'm like, yeah, no, sorry, I'm not paying extra because I was not one of the privileged ones to get on launch. So that's problem 1. Problem 2, I reached out to them multiple formats. I said, listen, I do an unboxing channel. This is your opportunity to get someone to actually go in and unbox your product, and people will come in and they will look at it and they will determine whether or not they want to subscribe. I reached out on Twitter, I reached out on Facebook, I reached out via email, and they never responded back. And again, everybody unfortunately is kind of living in the shadow of Nerd Block sin. I'm not going to spend money on a company with shitty customer service. So, Dapper Club kind of hit 2 strikes with the whole elitist thing. Because believe me, I saw someone's unboxing video for Dapper Club, and y'all have very high opinions of yourself. I'll leave it at that. If I had a box in front of me where I could look at the stuff, it might be different, but on someone's webcam, it's just not. You're not bringing the game. You brought the talk and closing off your subscriptions early to try and build up this Nintendo Switch false demand. You played that game very well, but once I saw the stuff that was in the box, I kind of think I dodged a bullet on that. The other thing is, again, I'm not going to give my money to a company that just does shitty customer service. Again, remember, I pay for these boxes. So what you see here was me spending whatever Sprezza charges per month. This is me spending my own money. I got a good return on this. Dapper A to not let me in the door and said, oh yeah, by the way, you can wait and you can pay 10% extra. That's strike one and strike two right there. B, to not even respond back to my emails is like strike three. If you're a Dapper Club subscriber, congratulations. You're one of the 1,000. I don't really see them enduring, especially when we've got great boxes like Sprezzabox, great boxes like Gentleman's Box, even Birchbox for all their missteps. They've got good customer service. And right now, after the Nerdbox situation, that's really what I'm looking for. I'm not going to go all in for 1 year with a company and have them peter out after, 2, 3, 4, 6 months. So there we go, folks. Unfortunately, EagleBox and Dapper Club will not be joining the Panda family of review products. So I will see you all when the next box. So I will either see you for the next Sprezzabox, if that's where you're here, or the next Gentleman's Box, which I will be tending to shortly. So until then, be good to each other, stay safe out there.